What specific problem does conversational prompt engineering, CPE, aim to solve in the context of prompt engineering for large language models, LLMs?
Conversational Prompt Engineering, CPE, aims to solve the problem of effectively crafting prompts for large language models, LLMs, without the need for labeled data or initial prompts, which are often difficult to obtain. CPE addresses the common challenge users face in clearly defining their tasks and expectations from model responses by utilizing advanced chat models to facilitate a user-friendly conversation. This approach allows users to articulate their requirements more precisely while leveraging in-labeled input texts to suggest relevant output preferences. Additionally, CPE incorporates user feedback on model-generated outputs to refine both the outputs and the instructions for unseen texts, ultimately streamlining the prompt engineering process. By focusing on repetitive tasks in enterprise scenarios, CPE enhances the efficiency and effectiveness of prompt creation, making it more accessible for users.
How does the proposed conversational prompt engineering, CPE method work? Illustrate the steps involved in the CPE process from initialization to convergence on the few-shot prompt.
The conversational prompt engineering, CPE method operates through a structured chat-based interaction that guides users in creating effective prompts. The process begins with initialization, where the user selects the target model and uploads a set of in-labeled data. Next, during the initial discussion and first instruction creation, CPE analyzes the user data and engages the user in a conversation to clarify their task and preferences, generating an initial instruction based on this dialogue. Following this, the instruction refinement stage allows users to provide feedback on the proposed instruction and outputs, leading to iterative adjustments until the instruction aligns with user expectations. The output generation phase utilizes the finalized instruction to create prompts for the target model, which then generates outputs. Finally, the process reaches convergence on the few-shot FS prompt when the user approves the instruction and all outputs, culminating in the sharing of the CPE FS prompt.
Can you provide a simple example, perhaps based on movie reviews or another relevant task, to illustrate how CPE generates a prompt through user interaction? Walk through the main steps using this example.
Certainly. Let's consider a user who uploads 3 movie reviews to CPE and wants to generate summaries. The process begins with the initialization stage, where the user selects the target model and uploads the in-labeled data. Next, during the initial discussion and first instruction creation, CPE analyzes the reviews and engages the user in a conversation about their preferences, asking if they want the summary to focus on the plot, the reviewer's opinion, or both. If the user expresses interest in both aspects, CPE might propose an initial instruction like, provide a brief summary that includes the plot and the reviewer's opinion. Following this, in the instruction refinement stage, the user might request the summaries to be presented in bullet points. CPE then revises the instruction to provide a brief summary that includes the plot and the reviewer's opinion in bullet points. After generating outputs based on this refined instruction, the user provides feedback on the summaries. If the outputs are not satisfactory, CPE iteratively refines them based on the user's feedback until they are approved, culminating in the final CPE FS prompt that incorporates all user preferences and examples.
What are the theoretical or practical benefits of using CPE over traditional methods of prompt engineering? Can you quantify improvements in efficiency or effectiveness, if provided in the paper?
Theoretical and practical benefits of using conversational prompt engineering, CPE, over traditional methods of prompt engineering include the elimination of the need for labeled data and initial prompts, which are often difficult to obtain. CPE facilitates a user-friendly conversation that helps users articulate their task requirements more clearly, leading to more tailored prompts. In terms of efficiency, the user study indicated that participants preferred summaries generated by CPE prompts over those from baseline prompts, with CPE-ZS prompts ranked as the best in 53% of instances. Additionally, the average convergence time for reaching a final prompt was 25 minutes, which, while noted as needing improvement, still reflects a structured approach to refining instructions through iterative feedback. The analysis also revealed that for 7 out of 12 chats, the final instruction differed significantly from the initial one, with an average character distance of 96. 3. Highlighting CPE's effectiveness in refining task requirements.
How was the effectiveness of CPE validated in the user study? Describe the experimental design, datasets used, and the metrics employed to assess performance.
The effectiveness of conversational prompt engineering, CPE, was validated through a user study focused on summarization tasks involving 12 participants who were well-versed in prompt engineering. Participants selected data from a catalog of in-labeled datasets and engaged in open-ended conversations with CPE to develop prompts tailored to their summarization requirements. The study employed a survey with a Likert scale to assess participants' satisfaction with the CPE instruction, the benefits of the conversation, the overall pleasantness of the chat, and the convergence time. Additionally, participants evaluated the final CPE prompt using an in-labeled test split, generating summaries with 3 different prompts: a baseline prompt, the CPE zero-shot ZS prompt, and the CPE few-shot FS prompt. The results indicated a preference for summaries generated by CPE prompts over the baseline, with participants rating the CPE ZS and FS prompts similarly, demonstrating CPE's ability to effectively integrate user preferences into the prompt creation process.
What specific results were achieved with CPE in the user study? How did participants evaluate the prompts generated through CPE compared to baseline prompts? What notable preferences did they express?
In the user study, participants rated the effectiveness of prompts generated through conversational prompt engineering, CPE, favorably compared to baseline prompts. Specifically, participants preferred summaries generated by the CPE prompts over those produced by the baseline prompt, with CPE ZS prompts ranked as the best in 53% of instances and CPE FS prompts in 47%. The survey results indicated high satisfaction with the CPE instruction, the benefits of the joint conversation, and the overall pleasantness of the chat, although convergence time was rated slightly lower, averaging 25 minutes. Notably, participants expressed that CPE effectively integrated their preferences into the prompts, suggesting that the few-shot examples were unnecessary, which could lead to significant cost savings when handling large volumes of text. Additionally, the analysis revealed substantial differences between initial and final CPE instructions, with an average character distance of 96. 3. Highlighting the refinement achieved through user interactions.